When we were at Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and that was in 2009, we did an experiment on the third floor, which allegedly is a floor that a lot of children's ghosts were seen. They have a lot of trigger objects, and trigger objects, I don't know if you know what that means, but a trigger object is an object that you use for a ghost to interact with. So if there's children, you might bring dolls or balls or toy trucks for them to play with. If I went out to a Gettysburg battlefield, I brought authentic Civil War bullets. We brought a musket, objects that they would recognize, or Civil War money from that time period, objects that they would have knowledge of, trigger objects. So we were doing some experiments. We brought a little toy truck, a remote control truck, and we set it on the floor, and there was allegedly a ghost named Timmy that haunts that third floor. We don't know if this is true, but this is what we were told. So we were setting up a Frank's Box session, and we said, Timmy, all you have to do is press the button on that little device, and it will make this toy truck go back and forth, and you can play with it. And we're videotaping it to see if it goes off. I said, it doesn't require much to do. You just press it, not a lot of pressure, and it will go across the floor. Now, it never moved, and we were waiting, and we kept asking, kept asking, and all of a sudden, through the Frank's Box came two words, and it sounded to me like it said, "It's hard." Oh. It sounded like it's hard. So I said right away, "It's hard." That's what it sounded like to me. So Rosemary, who was doing the session, who was her Frank's Box, she said, "Well, if it's hard, why don't you bring some of your friends along to help you press the button?" Okay, yeah. Some other friends. So about that time, I had a digital trap camera, this big giant trap camera, which is a digital infrared picture taker. It has no viewfinder. You just gotta kind of aim it and snap it, and you hold it for a couple seconds, and it flashes a big giant invisible bright infrared light which you can't see. Wow. So I turned the camera in the other direction, away from the people, down the hallway, which there was nobody down there. It was just the four of us, and they were over here. I snapped the picture. There was no way for me to tell if anything was captured until I take the SD card out, put it into my computer, and download the pictures. And as I look at the picture, there are four shadow people standing down the hallway, short people, because we can tell by the windows how tall these were. They were probably four little children standing there. And it was right after she said, "If it's hard, bring some of your friends to come help." And that's when I snapped the picture. And it's still an amazing picture. And the only thing we did to the picture, when I got the original, all we did is we lightened it up one time, and then we made it a sepia color to bring out the tone a little bit. And you can see four little shadows that stood up there. So it kind of goes along with the idea of the Frank's Box. It's hard, her asking for bringing some more help, and then getting the picture of the four. Besides that, we didn't get much more there as far as EVP. It was pretty quiet that night, but that was really the highlight of our trip there, just getting that one picture and that Frank's Box session.